So hey guys, what's up? This is Ezekiel, and today I'm going to be doing an introduction-like video for the game called Pixel Worlds. Woo! So, I decided to do this sort of style of a video instead of just going right into the game, you know, sort of like episode 1, or how to play, or pixel arts, crazy stuff like that, just because I felt that it would be more relevant to sort of explain or give a little description from my perspective anyways of what the game's like, just so that I can give you guys sort of the context or a foundation to work with, instead of just jumping straight into the gameplay and then some of you guys might be confused of what's going on or not. So anyways, aside from that Facebook notification right there, let's just get right into the game. So basically what this game consists of is sort of like a 2D economy style where there's a bunch of players that you can interact with or play with, stuff like that all over the world. And the whole goal of the game, I would say, is to pretty much build really cool creations, try to give your character some sort of a status, whether you want to be known for a particular type of action that you do in game, whether that's like farming or being good at creating worlds, parkouring, stuff like that. And really it's just all about the creativity sort of aspect of the game. So that's pretty much my summary of what the game is basically like. So, you know, if you're good with Terraria, Minecraft, games like that, or you just like, you know, online games in general, then you're probably going to enjoy this game. But it does take a bit of, you know, learning and stuff to sort of get used to the gameplay and whatnot, because there is a bit of a learning curve right when you jump into the game, because even though there's stuff like, you know, the help thing right here that you can read to sort of give you some more context of how to play and stuff, you sort of have to figure out how to play on your own, which can be difficult, but hopefully I can give you some, you know, little tips here and there to sort of make your life just a little bit easier so you're not super confused. So obviously this is the main screen right here. I know it already looks a little bit confusing because you have a lot of like different features here and there, but really the main ones that I'd be concerned with are probably the daily bonus, which is on the top right there, the world name, and maybe the shop, you know, for just a couple of different explanations here and there. But daily bonus is pretty much the main area where you go to get some small daily bonuses that will help you in the long run. So for example, this game uses a gem-like currency which allows you to buy things from the store, whether that's like clothes or locks, seed packs, stuff like that. I'll get into like the little details just a little bit later, but I don't want to like overwhelm you too quick. But just know that gems is the currency that you use. So in this game, it's a little bit difficult to get gems by yourself, so the daily bonus world in this case sort of helps you alleviate that sort of difficulty by allowing you to have a chance to win gems and other goodies from the daily bonuses right here. There's also other ways to get gems, of course, which is like farming, or the really easy thing to do is just to watch this ad, which typically comes every 3 or 4 hours, something like that, and it gives you about 75 gems every time you do so. So it's just the little things like that which help you get the gems as the currency. But currency and gems are just like one small aspect in the whole logistics of this game right here. So I could sort of walk around this whole world right here just to sort of give you guys a feel of what it is, but I'll let you guys sort of do that just so that I don't have to, you know, spoil anything or, you know, overwhelm you with too many things all at once right here. So daily bonus, that's a good world to get sort of a good head start right there. But the main thing right here, which can be confusing for some people but isn't really too bad once you sort of kind of get the hang of it, is the world name sort of world entering, exiting thing right here. So basically all that this is that you type in any sort of word or name that you want, and you can either find worlds that are completely empty, such as this one, just because no one has any sort of occupation on it, or you can find occupied worlds of people that have already taken it and have made some sort of crazy creation, whether that can be pixel arts, farming worlds, parkours, stuff like that, or really just something that they want to show other people. in that regard. So in this case, it's an empty world, looks pretty cool. Sort of looks like Minecraft Terraria already, because you can see that you have a lot of blocks down here. So really, you can, do the logical thing, which is to start breaking these blocks, to sort of start your journey with whatever it is you want to make. But I'll leave that again because there's a whole section of like help and whatnot, so I'm not gonna go into like the raw details because obviously you can read that. But basically, this is what the setup usually starts off when you're just starting off with the game right here. Now, what the game doesn't necessarily show you is how to sort of get your own little place, because when you start the game, you pretty much have nothing but your starter clothes and maybe just like the help menu and all that fun stuff. So to actually sort of control your own world, what you gotta do is that well, it's not that you have to do it, but this is like sort of the recommended way to do it, just so that you don't have many issues, in the long run. So what I would recommend is that you start breaking some blocks around the door portal area right when you came in, sort of like this. And I'll explain why in just a second on why this is the case to do so, but all you gotta do is sort of break a box-like area around the door, which can look like this, or it could be a little bit more sloppy. It doesn't really matter how you do it, you just have to have some space around the door for this to be efficient. And then what you do is that, assuming that you've broken up some of the blocks in the area, in this case it's dirt, just ignore like the rainbow-like blocks, because that's sort of a little bit different, or a little bit more complicated, which again, don't want to confuse anyone. So what you do is that you just slap in 3 blocks in this sort of formation, or if you want to, you can actually make like a full-on box such as this, or a U shape, and then you just slap on a lock right here, and then type in the ignore area, and then bam, now you have control of the world. So what this does is that it sort of locks the area, this little area right here, which only you have access to break this block. So if anyone else were to appear in this world and didn't have access to that lock, they could not break through it, thus giving you total control and occupation of this world, temporarily at least. So this is sort of like the most basic way to take control of a world, but it's like not necessarily the safest way, because you might accidentally let someone in on mistake, and then like once they pass this little area that's locked, the little green area right there, then they can start breaking these blocks as well. So for the locks, you can find them right in the shop where it says locks. It's a small lock, only costs 100 gems. You can watch a video, which gives you 75 gems. And then you can probably get a daily bonus, which should, if you're lucky, give you the extra amount of gems that will allow you to get the small lock. Of course, there are other locks that you can get. The bigger the locks just increases the amount of area that can increases the area of space that can be locked for your control. But the best one, of course, is the world lock, which gives you full control of the entire world. You don't have to do any crazy setup like this. You just place the lock down, and then you have control of the entire area, so only you can break the stuff and no one else can't. So what that means is that you can build freely, break stuff freely, place stuff freely, and store it safely, and no one has gonna steal your stuff and any of that crazy stuff. So anyways, I'm just gonna take my lock back right here, because I don't want to own this world, but if you do, then go right ahead. But this was just for a little example of sort of how to get the whole setup going. So once you've done something along these lines, doesn't have to be exactly as I've done it, but I just sort of gave you the ideal setup, then you can start doing your own thing, breaking blocks, and then figuring out how exactly you want to play the game. So like I said, this game is all about that creativity sort of aspect to it, but obviously there are different ways to play. You can either be someone that enjoys farming blocks, and all that means, I think I've said farming already early in the video, but all that means is that you're pretty much breaking blocks and getting seeds out of them to grow them into trees, then sort of repeating that cycle to make a massive amount of blocks that you can use to therefore create worlds. Or you could be someone that focuses on more of an interaction-like style, where you're talking to other players online, forging friendships and stuff like that, or you just like exploring worlds that other people have made and sort of seeing what they've made for you. So just as an example right here, I'm gonna go to one of my worlds right here, which is Zeke's, and this is currently my main farming world. So really, whenever I'm in this world, I sort of just plant trees, break blocks, and sort of repeat that all over again. You can see that there are quite a bit of trees right here, but, you know, again, don't be overwhelmed or anything like this. This could, you know, easily be you at some point in the future, should you decide to take more of a farming route sort of approach to the game. But, you know, a lot of trees right here. And, you know, personally, when I play this game, I sort of just focus on farming just because I want to be the farming kind of player. But of course, I'll visit other worlds like parkours and stuff like that when I decide to. But yeah, just want to show you guys an example of what you could have should you do something like farming. But if you're more of a, you know, exploring other worlds type of guy, then you can go to something like, not JKE, that's not the world I want to go to. You can go to something like Jake right here. And I believe this is, yeah, this is the world from the administrator guy, but you can see that he's made this, and you can sort of go through what other people have made. In this case, this is more of a parkour-like world right here, so not going to go through the whole course, but that's sort of the idea right here. You can go into other worlds and see what other people have made, excuse me, right there. Or you can sort of just do the other thing, which is just literally talking to other people, which can consist of trading, just talking about life, stuff like that. So right here, you can just say something like blah, 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 blah. It says it right there, and then bam, you can talk to people. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say for this game. Like, again, don't want to go into like too many details because I don't want this to be super boring or anything like that, because it's already kind of a long video for 11 minutes right there. But hopefully I've given you guys sort of like an idea or just like a short introduction of this game right here. So hopefully I've, you know, maybe given you some more information about this game to therefore motivate you or convince you or inspire you to try this game for yourself. You know, if you ever have any questions, you can always go to the forums, Wikipedia, or sorry, Pixel World's Wikia is the proper way to say it, for tips and other suggestions, guides and help like that. You can also just go here to the help dude, and he has a whole list of little minor things that you could probably read if you want to know more details. But yeah, so hopefully that'll go well for you, and maybe I'll see you in game, and that's essentially all I want to say for this video. So if you enjoyed it and thought it was helpful, all of that fun stuff, then hit that like button, leave any comments of your choice, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next videos that I'll do for this game right here. So again, this was just the introduction, so now that this is out of the way and I've sort of given you guys the context to work with or to sort of know, I could probably get into more complicated videos like pixel art and stuff like that. So you know, stay tuned for that in the future. But anyways, that's gonna be it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Woo!